I'm just doing a quick update on working. I don't know if I've showed this off enough. It's a piece of acrylic for a viewing panel. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna just do a speed run because I just recorded a whole video. Was packing in and I swiped my phone and I gotta redo the video. Ryobi, these battery packs are always breaking down. I've taken one apart and I threw it out without even working on it. It's just, you spend $50 on two battery packs. I saw back in the days that there was one that was like a battery adapter that had a cord, and I should have bought it for $80, but yeah, if you could buy a drill, don't buy the battery pack ones, unless it is for like $3, because the batteries always go out, the charger sucks, yada yada yada. So basically, get a cord drill. So I got this nice, decent cord drill. It's got my screwdriver on it, and basically, I got another drill, but it's an antique drill. So basically, the Ryobi kind of clunked out. The batteries just are garbage. I have two batteries, but sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You can fully charge them all night, and the charger says it's like fast charge in like whatchamacallit, in like an hour. You plug it in and it's not even turning. It's just something that I've got around, and I gotta make better of it. So I gotta unplug this charger, and then I painted and I prepped the pieces for the storage. I built the table saw jig, so basically I keep my mind on that and finish it. So I painted these, and these are going to be these boards are going to be used for aquarium top covers. When I silicone them together, I need something to evenly press on them, and I've got weights, a few weights where hopefully that job becomes good, because the tops that I have are a little bit thin, so I gotta make better pieces to glue them together. Which is this? If people don't know much about my channel, I kind of made these aquarium covers from a piece of plastic that I found from a painting that I found. So I just grabbed the plastic and took it home. So yeah, I've got a design like this tank that the lid's going to fold in the front, and that tank, the lid's going to fold the other way. So besides that, I was also explaining about these calcium deposits or something, and I'm not gonna worry. I would probably have to use a scraper if I can. I'll try to use a scraper and then wipe it down with peroxide or water. But because it looks like it could be scraped, but I just try vinegar and baking soda on that. So yeah, that was from another video. So back to this video, I'm gonna show you guys my the porch that I kind of remodeled, and then this is where I plug my skill saw. This is kind of the porch. This used to be wood and water, I cut off the lip to make it even. I got the tile. I got some cement or mortar. I use cement and mortar on the top, and then I use a glue, like a roof patch, the black stuff. And then I grouted it with mortar. So here's my skill saw. It's in the shade. It's got a nice protective base for this porch. And then basically I just get down here and with the extension cord and make cuts. And I made the cuts that I needed for the storage. And I basically could stand pieces upright here and kind of like score mark and marker it to make the straightest cut I can. And then luckily this porch is perfect for cutting wood. And then this just randomly helped me out. Before I was using a center block, and that's why most of the pieces were warped or something, because it just wasn't you know. But I got most of the pieces painted, and I kind of keep this here, like all my other things. I keep them nearby or places that I need them, because I'm only working with one. And I got this used to be a piece for something, so I gotta make another piece just like this and paint it. So here's kind of like the table saw jig, and I'll admit I kind of messed up, because actually I didn't mess up, but this is for the I gotta use a skill saw on the left side. But where I messed up is I put the spacers in backwards. I wanted it reversed, and this on top. So this is a space for a 1x2, a 2x4, and a 2x6. But the issue is the 2x4. It's a little tight, but you know, I was just experimenting and seeing if I can make this thing. It might not, but and you know, some of the rough pieces that I had wasn't totally straight. I did everything on the porch. The steps kind of helped level out, you know, pieces, and then I just drilled what I could and then put in the screws, and you know, and the ground kind of leveled out, you know, what I needed, and then I just drilled holes and put in the screws there. So this is kind of like I've got some more of this, so I might do the underside tomorrow. So this is my first. Well, you can use lacquer to like touch up old furniture too. Just sand it and then put a coat on it. So lacquer is pretty cool. It's like oil or something. So yeah. So that was reversed by mistake, but it might be okay, because when I use the skill saw with my left hand, the rail is gonna. This is like 1 inch away, and the rail is actually 1 1/4. So it should make a good, clear, straight cut. If you know, if I relax and have you know, things with the saw blade being sharp and this and that, and it just depends, you know. It's a little inconvenient sliding it under this rail, like sliding pieces of wood under the rail. So who knows? But I need the rail so I can make a straight cut. So there's that. So I got a whole 5 minutes to talk about this. I avoided running out of paint. It was actually just like one brush. I had to paint quite a bit for, you know, on the edges, you know, that I trimmed up. Most of these pieces are pretty even. now, and like this one, the extra piece that I needed, it's not painted underneath, so I got one more coat to go, and the one piece of 1x2 that I gotta cut for the railing or framing jig. So basically, yeah, with one brush, I got this thing painted, and this thing needed, the most paint, and then I touched up a bunch of the ends, not a bunch, not all of them, but just, maybe a quarter of them, because most of the cuts were pretty even. It's just a few were just a little off, and basically touched up, some of the cardboard that was sticking. So probably tomorrow I'm gonna turn these over. Well, I'm gonna wipe it down. I got a damp cloth. Turn it over. Finish painting these, and then setting it up like this close together. You could get pretty messy, I mean, it's just, it just took me like 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes to touch up what I could and let it dry. So basically, like, it's not like a perfect build, but this is for the storage bin, and it's a good build. It's just wood shops, they'll use like wood filler. It's like wood dust and glue, and you could just wood dust and glue. I've got some. I actually made up that idea, just DIYing. It's just basically a jar of wood dust, and then all you gotta do is just add a wood glue to it, mix it up, and then you could probably fill in a bunch of these holes, sand it, primer it, and maybe some of these blemishes, you could fill those in too. But it just depends, like, the crafter, the woodworker, where he could detail what he can. He'll probably sand it first, fill it, and then sand it, and then primer it, or lacquer it, because they usually like a wood finish, and lacquer it, or then sand it and then lacquer it again. It's a real fulfilling endeavor. That, so luckily, yeah, I just had like one brush, and I just basically just said, I don't care really much how this looks, just as long as it's painted. So I got that done, and yeah, I kind of didn't know back then what I know now, but that's pretty much pretty cool. I also got this storage shelf thing sitting out here, and I want to use this for like a concrete powder type of mold. It's pretty heavy, so basically I gotta make an outer box, and then use this on the inner, and then put concrete in here, like around it, and then basically let it dry, and then it'll be like an outdoor concrete powder. But it just depends. It could be a nice aquarium stand too, maybe for the 50-gallon. But the 50-gallon, I need to make a hole in the bottom, and so I can have a heat pad going in there. Hopefully those things work. I haven't really tried it. I think I've tried it for my betas back in the day, but something like, they just I had a water tester kit, the strips, but I had carbon filter in there, and it really it just killed all beneficial oxygen, and killed the fish that I had, like, in a day or two. They just didn't like. So thanks. Have a good day. Bye.